Good morning, friends. Hello, friends joining us at home, and friends joining us here in our temporary home. Thanks for being here bright and early, looking good, hopefully caffeinated, or whatever gets you going on a Saturday morning that happens to be Shabbat, the first day of the new year. Thank you, ushers, for helping welcoming everybody in. Thank you, everybody on set, on stage, backstage, online, offline. If you're already sitting here with us as you're finding your seats, we invite you to find your seat, even if you are already sitting. Marcus and Ben and Leo and I are happy to start this morning with y'all. Outside, the kids are starting their activities. So we've already begun. I'm inviting you to come in as quietly as you can. We're going to use the next 40 minutes as a grounding. So I'm going to ask us to come in quietly and sit down quietly. And let's find some place of quiet inside. If you're sitting at home, turn off what you don't need. Turn on what you do need. My morning practice includes making my own coffee, then sitting down in a quiet spot. And this is the first chant, the first kavanah intention with which I begin my cardio, getting the heart to beat. These are the words of a medieval mystic who said every time you begin a day, a ritual, a moment of reflection, a celebration, these are the words with which you ground yourself. Hareini mekabel alai et mitzvat haborei. I choose to embrace the divine instruction. Love myself a little more so I can love each other, the other, within me, beyond me, a lot more. That's it. The rest is details. So this is our GPS for this morning. And we invite you to sing with us. Get our vocal cords warmed up. This is the day of much singing and loving. Yai nai 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 nai. Yai nai nai. Yai nai 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 nai. Yai nai ya na na nai nai. Yai nai ya na na nai 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 nai. Yai nai 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 nai. once we've begun grounding ourselves in the dedication of the day, of this new day, with intentions of being more in and into love, what I like to do is wrap myself in my workout outfit, which is this prayer shawl. This is the one I only wear on the high holy days. Ben, I've seen you wear this one a lot. And I've seen you wear this one a lot. Some of you might have your prayer shawl with you here in our space or at home. And some of you might not. Jeff, where's that beautiful one we gave you? Next time. When I put the talit on, and in usual days I put on the one that my father wore for many years that I inherited the week he died. But this is my second skin for the high holy days. So I want to invite you on this first day of the new year to wrap yourself with a second skin, to embody what it's like to be wrapped with a hug from your ancestors, from the generations that have been. This is a piece of fabric, but it's a bubble, it's a cover, it's a way to be here with a special workout outfit to work inside. So we have this beautiful tune to help us. And this is also a good stretch. So if you have a real talit with you, and if you don't, I invite you to do this little yogic moment by putting, I'll do this in front so you can see. I invite you, whether you're sitting or standing, give your shoulders a bit of a roll, hands in front of you, feel them stretch. Everything optional, of course. And then you do this thing where you go, and your shoulders thank you. And as you fold it around you, you give yourself a hug. Good morning. Wrapped by generations. Second skin. Ready for a day of truth and presence. Gather 4 directions on each talit. North and east and west and south. And in the middle, I. In the presence of the infinite, we treasure our tradition as we wrap ourselves in these sacred fringes. Baruch atah havaya Eloheinu ruach haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvot v'tzuvenu להתעטף בציצית. Boker tov. Good morning. Shabbat shalom. And Shana Tova. You feeling wrapped? You feeling gathered? This takes time. This is cardio. We slowly build up. Which moves us to the next stop of our morning workout. If you've been here before, you might know our 4 magic words. Say them with me. Thanks. Wow. Oops. And please. This is really all you need for every morning, including this one. Start with gratitude. Move towards appreciation and radical amazement of what we take for granted. Into oops. What do I need to work on today? What's calling my attention in my own repair and how I can be helpful in the world? And please, how can I ask for help? Which sometimes is one of the hardest things to do. From my inner self, from each other, from whatever source is. So we're going to go through thanks and wow and oops and please today. And we're starting with a thanks, with gratitude. The way we open up each and every morning, according to Jewish tradition, when you first open up your eyes, before you reach for your phone, you think of your gratitude. What are you grateful for this morning? What's on your thank you list? So go inside for a moment. Go back to the moment you woke up. For some of us, that was 4 a.m. to get here in time and help set up. For some of us, it was 5, 6. Do I see a 7? 30? Think about your morning routine. Think about the many miracles you've encountered between then and now. Folks at home, we're going to invite you in a moment to put it in the chat. Folks here, to share with each other. Modani. These are the words with which we begin each and every day and this new day. Yeah, there's a lot to complain. But what's the gratitude? Modani lefanecha, ruach chai vekayam, shechazarta bi nishmati bechemla, rabba emunatecha. Can we get the slide up with the words for Modani? Thank you. Nai, 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 nai. So what's on our gratitude list this morning? Don't hold back. First day, new year. Who is on your gratitude list? So let's collect some gratitudes to the caffeine that's poured for us. What else? Raise the bar from here. A little louder for your partner, for partners, family, all families, chosen families, all generational families. What else? What are you grateful for this morning? Get very specific. For what? Good weather. Thank you, Miriam. Amen. For health. Thank you. For friends. Always. And breath. Our best friend. What else? For brothers, for siblings. On a good day. For children. For music. Absolutely. For love. Thank you for the big one. What else? Keep them coming. Community. For a good night's sleep. For nourishment. For you. For each other, showing up with and for each other. What you got on your list today, Marcus? What's on your thank you list?
hot shower.
Ooh, a hot shower. Okay. Couple more. Flowers. Miles did a great job. So, cats? Cats, as in the deli or the actual animal? Okay. Whatever works. So, I invite you at home and here, work on your list. Think of someone who would appreciate a thank you note from you today. And that begins with you for something extraordinary that you keep doing or just how you show up. Let's sing this. We're warming up our vocal cords. Just a nigun. Nai, nai, nai. Yai, nai, nai. Nai, nai, nai. Yai.
There's a poem that I love by a poet named Lucille Clifton that I'd like to share with you. I also never put on my talit, so I'm going to
Good moment to do that.
At this moment. And the word that Lucille Clifton uses in this poem for the way that she's entering the new year is running. And for some of us, that may feel like the right word, or a word that describes a way our body moves. For some of us, it might not be the right word for any number of reasons. So I'm going to read the poem once, and then invite you to consider what's the quality of movement that you're taking into the new year, and then I'll read it again. I am running into a new year, and the old years blow back like a wind that I catch in my hair, like strong fingers, like all my old promises, and it will be hard to let go of what I said to myself about myself when I was 16 and 26 and 36. Even 36, but I am running into a new year, and I beg what I love, and I leave to forgive me. I wonder from folks here on the Bima and folks in the house, and as well as those online putting in the chat, what's the quality of movement you're bringing into 5784? Are you running into this new year? Are you gliding? Are you dragging your feet? What's the quality of your movement coming into the year?
Like a fluffy one.
Like a what?
A fluffy movement.
Great, a fluffy movement coming into 5784. I love that. I bet they can.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for that note. Can the mics be a little bit louder? Is this a little easier to hear? Getting there? Thank you. I'm also quite soft-spoken, so I can speak up. A fluffy movement coming into the year. What other movements coming into the year? I'm drifting. I'm drifting into 5784.
I'm not committing to this 1,000%,
Yeah.
but Jeremy Sokolic and I made a deal last night. Jeremy, are you here yet? Okay, so you can't call me on it, but that we're going to go swimming once a week. Because, I miss it. And he's got a pool in his building. So I'm going to go swimming into the new year.
All right.
Right? Someone, when you see Jeremy Sokolic, tell him that he promised. How about you, Marcus?
This is really specific, but I feel like I'm riding a bicycle, and the downhill is just gradual enough that it's softly accelerating, and I don't have to do anything, and nothing is spiraling wildly out of control. Yeah, I feel like I'm coasting into
Love
the new
it.
year.
That thing when you bike and you just like, it's
Yeah.
just happening.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Any more out there? What did you say? Jealous. Yeah. We might be
That too
jealous
is
of
a
moving
verb.
into the new year. For sure. Well, I want to invite you, whatever quality of movement may have come to mind, give yourself a moment to stretch in a way that you might need for that movement. So I'm just going to roll my shoulders so I can drift into 5784 with a little more ease. And I'll read this poem by Lucille Clifton one more time. I am running, swimming, drifting, jealously moving, etc., into a new year. And the old years blow back like a wind that I catch in my hair. Like strong fingers, like all my old promises, and it will be hard to let go of what I said to myself about myself when I was 16 and 26 and 36, even 36. But I am blank into a new year, and I beg what I love, and I leave to forgive me.
Thank you, Lucille. Thank you, Ben. So one more thought as we move into one of the themes of this year is really an invitation. We gather here once a year. Last night I spoke about this being a pilgrimage. We are pilgrims who travel in space and time. And for a lot of us, this once a year is our pilgrimage. That's when we show up. Yes, for Lab Shul, but very often for spiritual practice, very often for Jewish spiritual practice. That's the way we roll in the modern times. Our ancestors may have shown up to synagogue every week, some of them every day. But for reasons that we're not going to get into right now, good, bad, evolving, we're here now. So on this first day of the new year, this is a real invitation for us to take stock of what we do and how we be, not just on this day, but throughout the year. So we can do a little better at being who we are. So this morning practice, starting with the commitment to love, stretching, wrapping yourself in the intention for the day, leaning into gratitude. Who and what is on my thank you list? Meditating for a moment or two or three with a cup of coffee in your hand or whatever gets you going. And one more invitation before we sing this song, Shiviti, which has become for me my morning mantra and has become really important for us at Lab Shul. Has anybody heard of the Pooh prayer? Kai, the Pooh prayer? You've heard me talk about it a lot. Raise your hand, the Pooh prayer, anybody? The Jewish Pooh prayer? Okay, yes, I'm going to talk about poop. There is a prayer in our tradition that is said every morning after the first time you go to the bathroom. And if you're really pious, every time you go to the bathroom. Now, think about it. Bathroom is a nice word for what happens with the plumbing. Don't take the plumbing for granted, because the plumbing doesn't always work. Talk about running. Have you ever run home from the subway and made it on time? Nervous laughter. Have you ever had to deal with your plumbing? As in right now? This would be a good moment for a kegel. There's a Jewish prayer for poop, for plumbing. And the prayer says, I'm grateful for the holy, hollow holes that are within me. Because if those holes open when it's not the right time, or when they close when I need them to open, I can't be here at all in the presence of the ever-presence. Oh my God, thank you when it works, and make it always so. It's a loose translation. But I'm going to invite you on this first day of the new year, on every day, to lean into the prayer, because we're honoring the body and not taking it for granted on this and every day. More information about the prayer later this year. We'll do a special tutorial. But on this day, once we've honored our body, our breath, the holy holes, we focus on this mantra. These 4 words that you may have met last year for the first time when we gathered. Shiviti Havaya Lenegdi Tamid are biblical and mystical. This is the Jewish invitation to lead a life of contemplation. When I sit in the morning with my coffee in hand, having done my thank yous, I sing this line. And I look at whatever's in front of me. Outside my window, inside my living room, inside somebody else's house or yard. And whatever's in front of me at that moment, that is Havaya. That is the divine. Sometimes it's another human being, a plant, air, cloud, flower. What's in front of you right now? Sitting here, sitting at home. And if you close your eyes, what's in front of you right now? In what presence are you present? I invite you to not be distracted. I invite us to close our eyes for just a minute. Notice our breath. Avoid the noise around you. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your holy body buzz with presence. We use these ancient words to bring us into awareness in whatever language we do or don't need. Shiviti Havaya Lenegdi Tamid. Let's sing this together. Come back to breath. Come back to Shiviti. Come back to presence. Ever presence. Watch your inhale. Watch your exhale. It is and is not you.
Shiviti Havaya Venegi Tami Shiviti Havaya Venegi Tami Havaya 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 Shiviti Havaya Lenegdi Tami
So how many of you are meditators? How many of you meditate every once in a while? Have you downloaded an app? Have you gone to Eric's meditation course? See him later. Meditation is a word that in Hebrew is shiviti. Just to be here. Less in the past, less in the future, present for what is. We can practice it all the time and we often forget. We come back to center. So when I bumped into Debbie at the nail salon yesterday, while I was getting my manicure, I didn't get a chance to tell you that that is my meditation moment. One of, on a busy day. And when I'm on my way here this morning, as I was, or right now as we're singing, we invite you on this day to not be distracted, to find the place inside that's called Shiviti, because that's what we're here to do, to reground ourselves in self. Several years ago, I was in Greece for one of our beautiful projects that's no longer there for refugee children, and then there were a few days off. And so I found the perfect spot, a remote beach where nobody goes, so I can meditate and be quiet and think about this high holy season and just be at peace. And I found it, and I got there. It was far and remote, and I sat on the beautiful balcony overlooking a beautiful beach, 11 a.m. Here I am. It's going to be 3 days of quiet meditation, and then the cranes began. That week, the village decided to start rebuilding the port. So there was major construction. And I sat there and I'm like, okay, what are you going to do? Can you meditate quietly where there's a crane 300 feet away from you? What would you do? Ben, you would? I was looking for another Airbnb, honestly, but I'm like, that's not going to happen tonight. So how am I going to sit in the middle of distraction and still find my inner core? So y'all, there's a lot of construction going around everywhere in our world right now, in your world. There are cranes at work rebuilding your reality. Can you find the inner place inside right now? While people are milling about, you got a lot on your lists. I invite us to use Shiviti as a grounding, quiet place. Today, tomorrow, all year round. Today is our pilgrimage and reminds us how to be better at being human all year long. So let's sing this one more time, and I invite you to close your eyes. Find your inner Shiviti, your place of grounding, of gratitude for every breath of life. Let the cranes do what the cranes do. Let's sing and breathe and be. And let's sing this together. Havaya. We'd love to hear you. Tamid Shiviti Havaya Lenegdi Tamid Havaya
Havaya, Havaya, Havaya,
Havaya, Havaya, Havaya, Havaya, Havaya. you see that word on the screen? You see how it says in Hebrew, Havaya, if you can read Hebrew? And inside the Hebrew word Havaya is another little word that is, Yahweh. Yud He Vav He. This is the old God word, and this is the new old God word. These are all vowels that remind us to breathe. Because the divine is in our lips and in our breath and in our words right now. More about Havaya and why we are rebranding God, because we can later on this morning. But as you who've been here early, thank you for coming early, in fact, on time, to be here with us on this happy New Year's Day, as Shira is now joining us, and Naomi will be here in a moment, and the entire team. How's the kids? Amazing. Lab Junior! Lots of going on out there, and folks online. There's coffee outside at all time. We are focusing this year on Havaya, how to be present, how to utilize our ancient technology in ways that make us more alive. So thank you for being here. Hi, Livnei. Nice shoes. Let's sing this a little more before we get into the rest of this morning. Havaya, Havaya, you've got this. Havaya, Havaya. Sing it to the person sitting next to you. Come on, Audrey, you've got this. Havaya, 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 Havaya. Want to be even crunchier? Yeah? Okay, I'm seeing you, Erica. So turn into somebody else's eyes sitting next to you, especially if you know them, but especially if you don't. And when you're going to sing Havaya, yes, Steve, you can do it. Joyce, you can do it. And as you sing Havaya, it's like, yeah, whatever is divine, it's in your eyes right now, because it's in mine. Okay? Does it get any crunchier? Yes, it does. But we're starting here. Liz, you can do it. We're going to sing Havaya. Ezra Kai, do it, please. Optional. Havaya. Havaya. Folks online, look into my eyes. Havaya. 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 Jean, you can do it in Yiddish. Havaya. 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 We call this the Havaya way. And we are here now, ready to walk the way on this new day of this new year. Feeling a little more alive and present than we did 20 minutes ago. An hour ago is the caffeine kicking in. The honey sticks, if anybody needs some sweetness. It's amazing. But I think we got all the sweetness we need right here.
Oh, I brought honey sticks with me.
Let's go.
You don't have to know the way knows the way. You don't have to plan the way, trust the way, feel your way. The way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. know you know these words. You were born singing these words. Just sing along as best you can. Wherever you land, welcome home. You don't have to know the way knows the way. You don't have to plan the way, trust the way, feel your way. The way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. You don't have to know the way knows the way. You don't have to plan the way, trust the way, feel your way. The way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. Let me hear your voices. You don't have to know the way knows the way. You don't have to plan the way, trust the way, feel your way. The way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. You don't have to know the way knows the way. You don't have to plan the way, trust the way, feel your way. The way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. The way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. The way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. The way knows, the way knows, the way knows the way. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, different than before. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, the way than before. Different than before, 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 different than before. Kol Hashema. That was a very fast call. Lean in, lean forward, jump right in. Here we go. I'll go. Kol Hashema. Yeah. Kol Hashema. Kol Hashema. Kol Hashema. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Take a breath.
Shabbat Shalom. Testing? Is this thing on? Oh, okay, great. Shana Tova. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to Lab Shul's High Holy Days of Awe 5784, back at Tribeca Performing Arts Center. We are so glad you're here. Get comfortable. If you're joining us online at your home, thank you for inviting us into your living room. First time to Lab Shul? Welcome. So glad to have you with us. Not your first Lab Shul experience? Welcome back. We are an everybody-friendly, artist-driven, God-optional community, and we are excited to begin this new year together with familiar faces and new friends. If you are Jewish, Jew lover, believer, a questioner, curious, if you have ever felt marginalized or alone in any spiritual space, we've got you. And if you aren't really sure how you ended up here today, welcome. You're in the right place at the perfect time. We are in the presence of ever-presence, all of us together for this annual ride. We gratefully acknowledge the Muncie Lenape people on whose ancestral homelands we gather on this new year, as well as the diverse and vibrant Native communities who make their home here today. This is sacred space and sacred time. A little more housekeeping. Please take a moment now to mute all electronic devices, even if you're at home. Later on, feel free to use our LabShul hashtag, that's the $sign or the $sign in case you didn't know, to celebrate the new year when sharing online. Please take note of all exits in case of an emergency. Food and drinks are available outside in the courtyard. We are about to begin a new year together. Let's take one deep breath together. Inhale. Exhale. Here we go. Shana Tova.
Did you notice how spontaneously, over a course of a few minutes, more and more of us stood up to dance at this kind of planned but unplanned morning dance party? That's when the body wants to move. Be moved. Today we are embodying our best intentions in our body by speaking, dancing, singing, breathing, moving into the new year, as Ben taught us with that beautiful poem about running into the new year, dancing. So we are moving into this new year with consciousness, appreciation for our bodies, for our souls, for all that is. And we invited one of our beloved yoga teachers, Aura, to help us in a moment sit and rise, body and soul. We pray with our feet. And Rosh Hashanah is the day in which we honor Malchuyot, the sense of being majestic. Majestic. I want you to think about that word. Where is majesty sitting in your body right now? What does it feel to be majestic? According to our tradition, Rosh Hashanah is the day on which humans were created in divine image, majestic. So we begin with this prayer, which is still masculine and patriarchal and hierarchy, with the divine as king. But take that as a metaphor for your own majesty, sitting on your throne. And Aura is going to teach us how to sit like royalty and how to rise like royalty on this brand new day. Welcome, Your Majesties. This day is ours to rise.
Aura.
Do you have a mic?
Welcome, everybody. Happy to be here yet another Rosh Hashanah to get us back to our bodies and pray with our bodies. So let's just begin taking one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And close your eyes and just breathe. Just take in the breath. Feel that inhale expanding your lungs. And sense that exhale of letting go, letting go. Keeping your eyes closed, place your palms in prayer. And on the inhale, just keep your palms relaxed, but on the exhale, press your palms together, creating your own power and tension isometrically. And then slowly relaxing and opening up your palms, but keeping your fingertips touching. Let's do that again. Inhale, relax, and exhale, press. Inhale now, bring your arms overhead. You can cross your thumbs if you like. And let's lean over to our right. Here you. And get up and lean over to our left. Bring your arms up and reach up, opening up the whole torso, sensing your seat pressing on the floor, or I mean on the chair. And bringing your arms into scarecrow pose, bringing your upper arms hugging those ribs. And if you have room to lean back, perhaps go more towards the edge of your seat. And we exhale, we round, gazing at our navel. And we inhale, we open up and perhaps gazing upward. And exhale, exhale. Place your hands now gently on your thighs, keeping that beautiful heart open. And let's circle our torsos, using your breath. So we inhale and exhale at your own pace. Let's reverse that. and circle in the other direction. Hold on to your chair or your seat. Lengthen your spine. Take a big inhale, and now we're going to make noise with our feet. So let's stamp our feet. Stamp. Good. And let's pause and just sense that energy. Breathe in that access to your own possibility to create your own healing, your own energy. Let's all inhale together. Open our mouths and let go, let go. Keeping our eyes closed. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll all begin to stand by leaning forward, standing up, sensing your feet on the earth. Let's all bring our arms way up, reaching skyward, pressing those feet, gazing in front of you, and see if you have the ability to stand on your tippy toes, bringing your heels up, getting even longer. And then bringing your arms down and giving yourselves a sweet embrace for showing up here, for connecting to your bodies. And let's circle our hips a little, bending your knees one way and bending the other. Bring your arms down and let's slowly sit. Getting ready to continue this journey of movement through our bodies and our prayers. Palms together again. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
And give yourselves another sweet embrace.
Thank you, Aura. We are on our thrones.
We are sitting now in meditation. So be prepared to just receive and breathe quietly.
Shokein ad marom vekadosh shemo vechatuv ranenot tzadikim b'havaya la'yesharim navat tehila Befi Esharim titromam Uvesiftei tzadikim titparach Uvilshon hasidim titkadash Uvekerev kedoshim Titalal.
Good morning, Shana Tova. We are sitting here present on the first day of the new year, and as we often do in this setting, I'm going to invite you in just a moment to speak, those of you in the room, to speak with someone close by, those of you on Zoom or wherever actually we're live streaming. I'm not sure if it's Zoom or somewhere else.
Live stream.
On the live stream to put in the comments. A question, simply, what is present for you today? And I want to invite you to check in with that question in your thinking center, what we call your mind. What's present for you in your mind right now? What's present for you in your heart, your feeling center? What's present for you in your body? What's present for you in the field of Havaya, in the field of all existence beyond your body? So we're going to take a couple of minutes now. I invite you to turn to someone, perhaps especially someone you don't know yet. Introduce yourself and ask, what's present for you today? And those of you on live stream, please do put that into the comments as well.
That's what's present for me right now.
This is present.
I'm just trying to be present. Now what was, now will be, what can go wrong? Really? Were you not louder last night?
Warm up this space with all the high vibration presence is absolutely beautiful. Let this music bring your body to full rise, whether you rise in your seats or whether you rise with your legs as Ora taught us. You sound beautiful. You sound beautiful.
So as we have risen to the occasion of this first new day of our lives, I want to invite you to take a look around, dear pilgrims, on this annual pilgrimage of sacred time. Take a look around. Who's sitting? Who's standing in front of you, behind you? Folks online, check the screen. We gather here to be a we. This is a collective gathering. Some of us know each other, some are just about to. But the words we just sang are in the plural, Baruch Hu. This is beyond me to be a we. That is our practice here today, to be part of the bigger interconnected self. So as we sit to marvel at the fact that we're here as a we, I want to invite you to remember that even though we're going to invite you to keep your phones silent, this QR code on these postcards will give you a lot more information about what's going on and who's going on, what's backstage, more readings. Not that we think you'll be bored for even a fraction of a second, but there's a lot more there for you to discover later. But for now, Your Majesties, I invite you to sit on your thrones, home and here, slowly. Thank you, Aura, for helping us embody what it's like to be alive.
Baruch atah havaya Eloheinu ruach haolam hapoteach lanu sha'arei rachamim ume'ir einei hamchakim l'slichato yotzer or uvorech hoshech oseh shalom uvoreh et hakol.
Let's flip the page in our prayer book to this prayer that some of you might recognize. Yotzer or uvoreh choshech, oseh shalom uvoreh et hakol. Notice the endless process of creation. Every new day, darkness rolls into light. Our hope for peace renewed. This is our poetic translation of what in English might say, "O Creator, you who creates the light and you create the darkness, you who create the peace and you who create everything." But the original quote is from the book of Isaiah, the prophet in Jerusalem, who originally said, "Oseh shalom uvoreh et hara," creator of peace, creator of evil. Some of you are joining me below the Bible Belt. I know you may have caught that day in which we figured out that the original theology of our people was that yes, whatever God is, it creates both the good and the bad as one. This was a direct response to the religion of the day, the Zoroastrian Persians, who said there are two forces in the world: the force that makes good versus the force that makes evil. And we're constantly in battle between that voice inside that says, "You've got this," and the voice inside that says, "You suck." This is internalized psychology of big theology. And Isaiah came and said, no, we don't believe in binary. We are one. Whatever source of life there is, it is all one. The ability to create good and bad is within us, as it is within creation. And so by the time the sages came around to create the prayer book, they evolved as well. And they took Isaiah's words and said, it's not about creation of good and bad, it's boreh et hakol. All is one. So when we introduce Havaya to you today as yet another evolution in our theological poetry, just know that we're not the first to futz with our tradition. to rebrand and imagine who we are and what we are, and what's the zeitgeist telling us about being sacred. And even when our Hebrew is masculine, addressing the divine, there are so many ways to get beyond the gender. And this prayer that we love has already been introduced to us as Hameira, she who lights our way. Beyond metaphor, beyond binary, beyond gender, feel what it's like for you to be today in the image of the sacred, the creator of all, the creation of all, a prophetic poem, breathing your life.
Hum, ah, 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 hum, ah, ah, hum, stay with us on that chord. Just come in, climb into the music, climb into this chord. If you're just joining us this morning, welcome to this pilgrimage where the path we're on is shaped by breath and breath alone. Havaya. Havaya. Try it. Havaya. Sometimes I'm asking myself this year, as a little human, where can I possibly meet Havaya? How will I know? How will I know? Is this little person here, only 5 feet tall, takes up very little body space in this earth? How will I know when I've made contact? How can I even detect ever-presence? Must I just lay on the ground with my face to the sky and never close my eyes? Or must I only close my eyes and never open them? How can I meet human to Havaya? This morning, Ahava, prayers of love, ever-present, radiant, ever-presence love, will be the little fairy dust that we sprinkle on top of something almost imperceptible, almost undetectable, so that we can detect and that we can find ways to feel. So when we sing Ahava and Havaya, add your breath to this intertwined web. Add your breath to this ever-presence life. And maybe, just maybe, we'll catch a glimpse and a way to really immerse in the rivers of ever-present love. I wish that for us this year so much. Ahava. Sing that with me, sing that with me.
Baruch atah Havaya, Habocheh banu be'ahava.
We are chosen as we choose to live this life with love, to listen to each other's breath. Shema contains the kernel of our existence. And the words of the Shema that many of us are familiar with. Some of you may have heard me talk about this last night, but those of you just joining us, we are again this year reimagining the language of our longing. And here you have the slide as we've inherited Shema, and the second word is Adonai, Yud Hey Vav Hey, the ancient name of the divine. But watch what happens when we scramble the letters, as our ancient poets have done before us. And we take the Yud Hey Vav Hey and turn it around to be Hey Vav Yud Hey. Reimagine this secret password, not as masculine or authority figure hierarchy, the Yahweh of old, but the Havaya of all of us right here and now. So however you will chant this Jewish bumper sticker with us, all it is love, and all we are is one. Shh.
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. Let the love be you. Let the love be you. Let the love be you. Let the love be. Let the love be you. Let the love be. Let the love be you. Let the love be. Chadesh Aleinu kekeder. Chadesh Aleinu kekeder.
sun, and let the sun in. Let the love be you. Let the love be you. Let the love be you. Let the love be you.
Those of you who were with us last night heard me talk about the fact that the whole wide world is a very narrow bridge, and the most important thing is not to be afraid. We talked about the protests for democracy in Israel and everywhere. We talked about our responsibility to rise up everywhere where tyranny and fear controls the day. This Amidah right now is when we rise up for our own pleas, for presence, for how we can be helpful in the world. This is a narrow bridge within towards better. So we want to invite ourselves, if you're able to, as we are rising at home and here in body and soul, to take this moment now, these moments, for what we need, so we can be more helpful. מסון חכמים ונבונים ומלמד מבינים אפתח פי בתפילה ובתחנונים לכלות ולחנן פני רוח מלכי המלכים ואדוני אדוני. We open the book of life. We find our name inside the pages. Will we be there this next year? We flip the pages in the book of life where we find our ancestors, the ones whose names we know, the ones we don't. And as we stand up here, we beseech the ancestors to be with us right now, to be with all of us, to be with our descendants, to help us be better, to help us rise.
Baruch atah Havaya Elohim
אבותינו ואימותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, אלוהי לאה, ואלוהי בלהה, ואלוהי זלפה, האל הגדול, הגיבור הנורא, אל עליון, גומר חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. זוכרנו לחיים, רוח חפץ לחיים, זוכרנו לחיים, רוח חפץ לחיים, וחותנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים חיים, למענך אלוהים חיים. וזהו מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה הוויה. מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה.
Of all the things that we are wishing for today, that we are asking for today, that we are praying for today, we know how, like love and health and peace and joy, we pray for life, for us, for all. And our prayer includes the words Mechayeh HaMetim. Our ancients use the words that the divine is the divine of resurrection. So we changed the words a little bit from Mechayeh HaMetim to Mechayeh Kol Chai. Whatever resurrection is about, we ask today for life, for all that is alive to live and live a little better. We invite you to find your prayer, what it is that you are asking for. How do you want to live this year a little better?
אתה גיבור לעולם הוויה, מחיי כל חייתה להושיע, מוריד אתה מחלקי חיים בחסד, מחיי כל חי ברחמים רבים, שומר מוחים והופך עולים,
רחמים, זוכר יצוריו לחיים ורחמים, ונאמן אתה להחיות כל החי, ברוך אתה הוויה. מחיי כל החי. אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו, תבוא לפניך שאין אנחנו עוזי פנים צדיקים אנחנו ולא חטאנו, אבל אנחנו ואבותינו
This is not a spectator sport. We're all in this arena together right now. You may have said these words last year and in the years before. Our ancestors may have said these words as well. But they are going to be different this year because you and we are different. So as we hold our heart with each of these suggested ways to reflect on where we fell short, I invite you to find your own words of where you fell short, of we want to be. So this coming year, we can try a little harder to be a little better or a lot. Find your heart. We prefer to massage than to beat. Whatever works for you.
We acted from aggression.
Bagadnu.
We betrayed each other's humanity.
Gazalnu.
We gave too little.
Dibarnu dofi.
We denied difficult truths.
We took too much space. We viciously gossiped. We zoned out. We chose comfort too often. We took for granted.
We yielded to precedent. We closed our minds. We lied. We made biased decisions. We neglected.
We stayed silent. We engaged in environmental destruction. We privileged the patriarchy. We stood by when others were objectified. We kept too much for ourselves.
We remained apathetic. We showed children we cared less for them. We showed children we cared less for them than for guns. We thought of ourselves too much. We thought of ourselves not enough. We took too long to rise up and protest.
Take the next minute to conjure something that was not on this list, which is top on yours. Where this past year, where right now, you know where you're holding your heart, and where it hurts, and where it wants to change. And name it. Let's open a new page. New year, book of life. We get to be the co-authors.
בספר חיים רחב ושלום ופרנסה טובה יא אליי
אנחנו בכל
was born on the Lower East Side in May 1914. And I was reborn, not like that, in May 2020, just after the pandemic started. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so what the heck am I talking about, right? Okay, so I'll tell you. So, my granddaughter, Rebecca, excuse me, I have Alzheimer's, so it's me, it's not you. Just stick with me. Well, maybe it's you too. Anyway, my granddaughter, Rebecca, she was, I have some notes here just in case I get a little lost here. My granddaughter, Rebecca, she's an artist. Some of you might know her. She's lovely, she's tall. It's a little too tall, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, she was in the desert. No, it was a pandemic. And she was in Brooklyn. And her roommates, Sarah and Abraham, they went to live happily ever after in the countryside, or the Berkshires or something, I don't know, I don't really remember. Anyway, they said goodbye and good luck, and I hope you don't die. And so Rebecca was alone, and she's hungry, and she's thirsty, and she's a little concerned that the world is ending. And so what does she do? She makes soup. Yes, I taught her well. Not my recipe, though. What are you gonna do? Anyway, it was good enough. It was a little too good, because she's eating, and she's eating, and she's eating, and she's eating until the whole pot is empty. And now she's sick. She's sick because she's stuffed and uncomfortable, and she's still lonely, and she still don't know what's going on, and then finally, she picks up her phone to call Instagram, or whatever it is you do with Instagram. And so she's scrolling, and she's scrolling, and she's searching, and she's searching, until finally, she opens up the camera, and she sees a golden mirage in the desert. Well, actually, it's an orange filter. You know the filters, they go on your face, and this one's a fruit, so it's sort of like a fruit face. I don't know, it's not that important, except that she's seeing herself, and she's not seeing herself, except her eyes and her lips. And she feels this thing bubbling up inside of her. And she opens up her mouth as if to speak. And I come out. And I say, breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I see myself as water. Breathing out, I reflect things as they are. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. Okay, that's not me. That's a Thich Nhat Hanh quote. I did more of a comedy routine about soup and matzah and other food that keeps very well in a pandemic, but I think this is really the sentiment underneath. So, anyway, it was a big hit. And people laughed, and they felt comforted, and my granddaughter discovered this source, which she didn't know was there the whole time. So, during the pandemic, other people had a similar impulse. Okay, some Jews in particular, they were looking for protection and comfort, and I'm sure some of them also went to soup, but some of them reached out to their rabbis, like the good one here behind me. There he is. And an amulet emerged. A sort of seal of protection, which had my name on it. The name of the great mother, pre-patriarchy, the grandmother of the tribe. I'm serious here. You know Abraham? Yeah? Well, I'm his mother. Okay, Abraham, the father of the tribe. I'm his mother, Amtalai. That's me. That's my name. How many of you heard of me? No one. You? Very good. Extra credit. Gold star. So, Amtalai. Or Talai, we don't really know. In fact, we don't really know much of anything about me, as I've been written out, or buried, or hidden from view, and my dementia doesn't help. But I think it makes me more dimensional. See what I did there? Okay. So we got to figure this out. You know, who am I? And there've been some people that they're searching for me, and they're trying to find my frequency. And so here we are today. So very good. Very good for you. And today's a big day. It's the first day of the new year. And every year, you go back and you tell the family story. Which, how are you going to tell the story without the grandmother? I mean, who do you think knows all the secrets? So, this is one of them. And this is a spoiler alert. So if you don't like those, just la la la. I am Source. And this may not be much of a surprise to many of you, but I am the original source. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you thought that Abraham birthed himself. I don't know. It's very funny. I can assure you he did not. So I am Source, and Source is sort of like a combination of all of our grandmothers in one. I know that sounds like a lot, but we have a lot to do here. So we have many faces. We speak in every language. We come from every culture. There's nowhere where we are not. We are the composite of your grandmother and yours and yours and yours and yours and yours and yours, which accounts for not all of us knowing our grandmothers and for not all of our mothers being so great. Some were not so great. You know what? And it's fine, because it all comes out in the wash, as they say. We are the grand source which sees very far, the furthest, in fact, which gives life, sustains life, directs, redirects, protects, heals, and not just nourishing, okay? Powerful. Sometimes a little scary. Maybe even a little smelly. In my case, it's fruitcake and mothballs. So we're old and we know how to be with things, good and bad. I mean, what's the point of having ancestral wisdom if nobody uses it? Rebecca didn't know it was there, and she sort of stumbled into it, and she's very forgetful, okay? And I don't know about the rest of you, but my big question for you crying too, is how come you don't call me more? Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to Storytelling. I am Rebecca Samanga Frank. And thank you. That was my grandma Betty. You will see more of both of us today. This is my collaborator, Austin Purnell. And all of us, the composite of us, are your mavens today. So we are calling all grandmothers. We are calling on the great mother. We are calling in the ancestors in our storytelling today. As we dive into the story of Hagar and into the mystery, the very real mystery, that's all real, of our great grandmother, Amtalai.
Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Hi, Austin. Welcome to Storytelling, y'all. You know the spiel, storytelling, where the Torah meets our story, where the ancient page meets today's stage. We're here today, as we are on every New Year's Day, to retell the ancient stories of our people. What was the question you asked? If we don't access the ancestral wisdom, what is it there for? So the storytelling you're about to see is a brand new take on an old classic. For the last 2,500 years, people from the Jewish tribe have been gathered on this holy day and others to chant from our holy scroll our family stories, often dysfunctional, in Hebrew. And to make sure we understand them and help the healing, we've been translating them, interpreting them with mavens who make it come alive into the language of the day. So many of you have been with us before. You've seen storytelling. You've been storytelling. And today, Grandma Betty and Rebecca, more grandmas, Austin, and more characters are going to show up to retell one of the stories of this new year. We're going to have 2 aliyot, 2 acts. Naomi's going to chant the Hebrew. We're all going to be telling the story together. We're going to be focusing on Abraham and his wife Sarah, his other wife Hagar, Isaac and Ishmael. But actually, we're really going to be zooming in on Hagar and Ishmael and the great-grandmother. Sounds intriguing? Good. I'm pretty intrigued. Rebecca, we can't wait.
So thank you. We're thrilled. And because we don't have any stories of Talai yet, I am interested in what we can learn about her through the story of another great mother, of Hagar. And Hagar's story invites pain and oppression and laughter and fear and separation and dislocation and heat and thirst and magic and mothers and sight. And I'm interested in who she reached out to when she was in need of protection and wisdom and comfort. So I want us to take our Talai amulet with us into her story and see for how can we access the wisdom of our ancestors if we don't call upon it. And I'm really curious, where does that ancestral wisdom live inside of us and outside of us? So let's begin.
So this sacred story will become our scriptural script today, this beautiful theater, Mount Sinai, all of us, the children of Israel, once again ready for a dose of revelation. Ready? Ready? Woo! We're going to invite a multi-generational family to join us here on stage. 3 generations. Please come on up. Jeff and Audrey, Michael, Jenny, all of you guys to open the Torah again. Welcome back. Modeling good parenting and grandparenting and great-grandparenting. Hi, guys. Shana quite old, and it's been with us at many holy days and many bar mitzvahs, and it's got a lot of generational wisdom, ancestral wisdom we're going to tap into today. Thank you for helping us open the ark, open our hearts. Get this yarn out of my face. We're going to not pass the Torah all over, so I'm going to ask you all to send a kiss its way. She sends it back. Thank you, family, to join us on this Bima Shana Tova. May we open many hearts and arcs together for many years. Nine, 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 nine. Ya nine, 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 nine. Ya nine, nine, ya nine, nine. Ya nine, nine, ya nine, nine, ya nine, nine.
Tiftach libi behoraita, tiftach libi behoraita, tiftach, 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 tiftach
Okay, we are ready for Act 1 of 2. And as we already heard, we're going to focus on Hagar today. Hagar is the mother of Ishmael, the firstborn of Abraham. Hagar means the other, the stranger. That is what her name means. She's also a princess and a matriarch and the mother of a nation. But what does it mean? What does it feel like to be an other? To be called the other? To be considered other? Have any of you felt othered this past year in any way? Walked into a room and felt like, I don't feel like I'm wanted here. Hurt or slurred in any way. I'm not even asking how we've done it to each other. But we begin this year by letting go of what we do not need. There is ancestral wisdom to help us heal. So for this first Aliyah, at home watching us and being with us and here, if you felt this past year like you in any way were othered and you want to honor that moment and let it go, this Aliyah is for you. I'm going to ask you to rise in your seats for the blessing and then sit back down. And if any of you really feel like, whoa, I need a piece of healing for being othered this year, you know who you are. We're waiting for you up here to say the blessing in the scroll. So if you're really feeling called up, the stairs are right there. At home, please rise. If you're feeling the blessing calling on you, please rise. First Aliyah. Let's go. Come on up. Anybody feeling it? Did I scare you? It's vulnerable to admit. Many of you have been out, many of us have felt othered this year. Anybody coming up? Wow, Chuck. Okay, and Hannah. And a new friend. If you just raised your hand when I said, were you othered? That was you. There's nothing to be ashamed about. We're healing. Honey, we see you from over here. And we're sending you love. Yeah, nine, 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 nine. Yeah, nine, nine, yeah, nine, nine, yeah, nine, nine. Looking good, nine, nine, nine. Yeah, nine, nine. All right, we've got some brave souls on stage on the Bima, ready for our first Aliyah. There are cheat sheets here with the blessing, and they're on the screen in front of all of us, right here and at home. Naomi's going to show us the spot in the scroll where our story begins. You all got one? We are here. Where are we?
We're right.
Okay, hit click, double click. Play, go. Blessing, friends.
Baruch hu
ברוך הוויה המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך הוויה המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה הוויה אלוהינו רוח העולם, אשר בחר בנו עם כל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה הוויה נותן התורה. אמן.
So, it's me, Rebecca. I'm back. Thank you for shining some light on the other. This family story, Sarah and Abraham, they can't get pregnant, and so they enslave a woman, Hagar, to have his child, and she gets pregnant and is abused and runs away. And in the desert, she calls out to God by name, and she's the first one to ever do that. And she says, I know you're up there. I know you see me. So what are you going to do? And a messenger arrives with a message which helps her go back and have the baby, and who she names Ishmael so that she can do the best she can, until Sarah, at 90 years old, does get pregnant, which is the funniest thing that anyone's ever heard, and so they name the baby Laughter, or Yitzhak. And when it's time to wean the baby, they have a party, and at the party, Ishmael is with his little brother, Isaac, and Sarah sees something bad. We don't know what it is, but we know that it triggers her fear, and she tells her husband to send Ishmael and Hagar away, and that is where we pick up in this story. And before we do, I just want to add one more thing. It's about Hagar. It's about how she became black. You're thinking, she's black? She's not. And she is. Okay, so she's you and she's not you. Because she looks like you, but maybe everyone looked a little more like me. She's Egyptian, they tell us, but everyone in Genesis is Mesopotamian. So see, this is why we need more multidimensional sources. Okay, anyway, she is holding blackness for us. She's holding dark skin for us. Because she's holding oppression for us. Because she was enslaved, because she's abused, because she becomes a single mother, because she is called other, because her name literally means the stranger. So do not other her. Hold otherness with her. Let's begin.
Amen. Ve'ashkem Avraham בבוקר, ויקח לחם בחמת מים, ויתן על הגר, שם על שכמה, ואת הילד ושלחיה, ותלך ותתה במדבר ברשבה.
It was early in the morning. He gave us a bottle of water and some bread. They said goodbye and good luck. And we started walking into Beersheba, the desert. We looked back at our home, at our friends, at our clothes, at our past, as the heat started to rise around us.
ויכלו המים מן החמת, ותשלח את הילד תחת אחד השיחים, ותלך ותשב לה מן הנגד, הרחק כמתח וקשת, כי אמרה אל במות הילד, ותשב מנגד, ותישא את קולה ותבכה.
We walked for what felt like an eternity until the water was gone and we couldn't walk anymore. I left him under a little bush, a tiny patch of shade, my son, so he couldn't hear me, wouldn't hear me crying out, crying to you again, hot and angry. I know you see me. I know you see this. I will not watch him die. Oh, darling. I hear you. I see you. What do you need? We'll find it. We'll get it. They always call when they really need something.
Friends, you've come up this morning, and those of us here who, when it feels like being othered, being the stranger, that resonates. Let's bless this moment in our history and in our pain and in our lives and in our hopes. May we never feel like that again, and make so that others do not either. All the Hagars in our lives, in our hearts. We bless this moment. We bless the story. We bless the opportunity to hear it again anew and help it heal. So on the back page of those, backside of those pages and on the screen, let's say these words together with this Havaya name, ever present now. Baruch atah Havaya Eloheinu ruach haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Havaya noten haTorah. Amen. I invite you to descend this bima, friends. Shana Tova. May we be more together and less apart. Shana Tova.
So this is the moment. Hagar, she's been abused, she was made a slave, she used to be a princess, that part. She becomes pregnant, maybe against her will. She names the baby the one who God hears. And now she is dying in the desert of thirst on the first day of the new year. All right. She's weeping, but she's not just weeping. She's calling. She is calling out to a source who sees her, who understands that pain. She wants them to survive, yes, but she wants more than that. She wants a future, a beautiful future, which I think she feels she was promised with the birth of her son. When she calls out, who do you think that she's calling to? And what might they say or do? So, let me ask you first. Are there any grandmothers in the house? Yes! Oh my God! Oh my God! Yes, let's hear it for the grandmothers. It's about you. Yes, we're calling in you, your wisdom. Yes, this. Yes. Any great grandmothers? Wait a minute. Oh, and we know you're online with us too. So we see you, we feel you. Raise your hand, and we see you in that chat. So what's something that your grandmother, biological or not, right? This is a big grandness of mother, father, person, an ancestor, wisdom, ancestral wisdom. What is a wise word or a piece of advice that you inherited from them? I see some smiles already. Let's take a second to think. What's something that we got from them? Something they used to say, something they used to do. And now I want to hear a few. So I don't know who has how the mics work out there, but we have this ability, yes?
I'm just going to shout it out.
We're going to shout it out. Even better.
An echo.
Who? Say. Plant seeds. Sounds like a grandmother. Yeah, we can snap. So, if you can't do what you love what you do. Simple, elegant. You look like you put on some weight. Who can relate to that one? Yes. Yes. If you didn't hear, you look like you put on some weight. Are you hungry? Yeah. Are you eating well? Say again. When the ball is in your court, play hard. Put your phone or keep your phone in the freezer. I gotta take that one.
If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seedy.
Really? That's from your grandma? Wow,
True.
okay.
True.
Good to
All right, I'm
know.
gonna do some hands. Don't be a schmata. Stand up for yourself. Feel these. I'm starting to feel them. I'm starting to feel
A rag.
them.
Don't
Let
be a
them in.
rag.
Don't be a what?
A rag.
A rag.
Schmata is
A
like,
schmata,
you
yeah,
know, a rag.
yes. Ask your nearest Yiddish, the friendly person. Over here. The greatest friend you can give an. The greatest present one friend can give us another friend.
Nice.
Beautiful. Just a few more. There was one behind you. No? Some over here.
over there.
Yes. Be helpful. Be helpful. Yes. Stop whining. Yes, right? We said a powerful source, right? Sometimes a little scary, not always nourishing. Very true. Be helpful. Stop whining. Yes. Call your mother. Hence our theme today.
My grandmother always said to find a man who's sturdy to keep you warm. She's a little frisky.
Find a man who's sturdy to keep you warm. Yes, I'm going to interpret that all kinds of ways. Yeah. Go ahead. In every way, yeah. If you don't want to play, step off the court.
Oh, play hard.
Yeah.
There's one more over there.
Yes. be here forever, you know. That's a really, really,
Which one is that?
right? Oh, you know.
Oh no, I'm just really. Okay.
Right here. I'm dead. It's just as easy to marry someone with money. Okay, just two more. Oh, say again.
Love sign shalom.
Let there be peace and calm down. Oh, that's beautiful.
Ooh.
Never leave the house without a book. Ooh, they're in the room, you guys. They're in the room. Yes, one more. Why are you dressed like that? Oh, you young person. Thank you
yes,
for
obviously.
thank you for bringing the truth. It's there, right? Yeah, yeah. I only wonder what she'd say. Great, great, great. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. So we have a full range here. Some deep, some simple and elegant, some somewhat arresting. But this is a source. We just sourced it, right? And there's infinite amounts more. There's a whole bunch that we haven't talked about, that we haven't even accessed. And I'm curious, when do you call on that source, right? With each other or inside of yourself? That source, all of that wisdom, those experiences, that person, those people. When do you call on that? And when don't you? So we heard a little about a time that I did and I didn't in a dark night in the pandemic when I really needed something, a lot of things, people, comfort, food, and overdid it. And some version of my grandmother, Sarah Bela, or Betty, showed up, which was really surprising because I didn't actually know her very well. She did have dementia, and she passed away when I was still pretty young. But we did spend some time together, just being. And I also have my African grandmother, my Gogo Fagutse, who I met only one day of our lives for about an hour in my father's country, then called Swaziland. And we didn't speak the same language. But her presence, sitting on the ground, wrapped in fabric, smiling that we were finally meeting, her presence was that of a great mountain. And I also have my step-grandmother, Betty Thomas, who is a Black American woman whose home in San Bernardino, California was the center, the heartbeat of that family where her children and many of her grandchildren lived. And she smoked and she cursed and she loved watching old tapes of her favorite singers like the Temptations, and she would just call out to anybody who was near to come look and watch with her to see and hear what real music looked and sounded like. Betty Thomas. So all of their wisdom, their presence, even in the briefest amount of time, it lives somewhere. In me, outside of me, which makes me think of Amtlai. Now that we know her name, now that we know that there was a mother of Abraham, I mean, what does she want us to know? And with my ancestors, I mean, what was she like? With my ancestors, I'm finding out with mine that it's literally never too late to connect. I live because of them, and they live inside of me, and together we create something new, something multidimensional, something outside of space and time full of possibility. Shall we call in something new?
Yeah. So we're inviting for the second Aliyah today those of us who on this first day are celebrating newness. I got a long list here of folks of you who celebrated with us new homes, new jobs, starting rabbinical school, becoming ordained, getting married, having babies, having love, leaving love, new homes, becoming Jewish. Anything here resonates?
Yes.
If you are celebrating since last Rosh Hashanah, something you are proud of in the newness, this Aliyah is for you. Here, we invite you to rise. At home, ditto. And if you feel like coming up on the bima and kissing that scroll to celebrate all new things and magical, this is your call. Yamdu up to the second Aliyah this day. And somehow we seem to have lost our supersized talit. But that's okay. We're all in this together. She'll show up. Shimmer? Welcome. Amazing. Benjamin is carrying a grandmotherly made. Wow, it is a beautiful. So why don't you hold it up and hug some other people with you? Brand new grandmother. Okay, that's perfect. Cal, we're happy to celebrate your grandmotherhood. And all brand new things. Hey, Oscar, come on up, folks. And if it's really crowded up here, then we'll make it work. There you go, Tara. Welcome, welcome. Hello. All right, we can get crowded. That's okay. New is crowded. Yeah, and everyone else, I'm going to invite you to stay where you are. You are at the mountain, foot of the mountain, middle of the mountain, and we're not going to get in trouble with the fire authorities. Come crowd together. You're part of the story. Come crowd, crowd, crowd. There are a couple more here. Cheat sheets. Be mitzvah kids, whether you just had it or about to, you get priority. Kai, that's you. Okay. Hey, Nat. May as well practice. Hey, Lou. Okay, we are here now. Show us where we can click.
We can click right here.
Double click. Here now. Let's do this together. All things new. Baruch Havaya Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Havaya Eloheinu Ruach HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Im Kol Ha'amim Venatan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen.
Amen. Vayishma Elohim et kol hana'ar v'yikra malach Elohim el hagar min hashamayim v'yomer lah malach hagar al tir'i ki shama Elohim et kol el kol hanar b'asher hu sham.
So let's pick up where we left off. Ishmael is under a bush, fainted. Hagar is wailing, calling out. And then the story goes, God heard the boy weeping. So I'd like to zoom in on that and call in Grandma Betty Thomas. Ishmael. Ishmael. I know you hear me. Ishmael!
Yeah, yep.
How's my grandbaby doing?
I'm okay.
You thirsty?
Yeah.
Here, have some water.
Isn't my mom out there trying to get
I'm
water?
Source. I got water bottles. I just want some time alone with you. Don't worry, she's fine. Drink.
Did you say you're my...
I'm your grandma.
And your God?
Well, sorta.
Okay. Grandma, I didn't do all that stuff that they... But they said that
I know.
And then my dad...
I know. So how old are you now?
15.
Wow, 15. You interested in girls yet?
They're okay. I like music, though.
Yeah, you get that from me.
And I'm really into anthropology, too.
Oh, did you say anthropology? Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Like, I know they say things started with my dad and everything, but I've been digging and in these caves and finding these bones and like fossils, which are, you know, obviously like thousands of years before. And I've been attaching them together, and some of them look like us, and some of them don't look like us. And some of them look exactly like us, and they're a little shorter, but they have like longer arms. And I haven't named them all yet, but I did name one Lucy after a girl at school, but whatever. Anyway, and those ones, like her, are deep in this one cave in the desert, and it goes down like really, really steep and really far in what seems like some sort of like campfire pit or burial site. So basically, they must have climbed all the way down there just to bring their friends in there. But like, why would they go through all that if their friend is already dead? Like it's really hot and dry. But they definitely spent a long time down there. And it wouldn't be worth it unless they got some sort of like comfort from being down there. And it must have made them or their friends like feel better. It's kind of wild because we don't even know like who or what they were. Like, we're the only ones that are supposed to believe in something. But it really makes you question like what it means to be human, you know?
Yeah. Wow, yeah, that's good. Well, okay. Wow, yeah, that's interesting. Well, you're a little bit of a nerd, huh? No, I like that. That's good. I like that. Well, I'm not gonna lie. You know, stuff's gonna get real. And the story of you and Isaac's really just gonna take off from here. And you're gonna get back on your feet and hydrated, you know, and you're gonna start your own tribe. And little Isaac's gonna start his own. And I just want you to know that you can always call me. Anytime, day or night. And I'll help you remember, you know, who you are before the story. And to the side of the story, and above the story, and below the story, and outside of the story, okay? Okay, so that's good. So you can just be.
קומי, שאי את הנער והחזיקי את ידך בו, כי לגוי גדול אשימנו.
Where's my mom? Is she okay?
Oh, yeah, you see her out there? No, she's not crazy. She's talking to one of my messengers, one of my many faces. She's creating your future. See, she's about to see a well and then walk to get you water. And in her footsteps for thousands and thousands of years, all of your descendants will walk dressed in white on a pilgrimage, which they will call the Hajj, after your mother, Hajar.
Okay. That's cool. So when will we see you again? Like, I mean, where do you live?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I live in the well. And I live in the water. And I live in the mountain. And I live in the sky. And I live in the walking. And I live in your clothes. I live in a yearly ritual. I live in your sight. I live in your laugh. I live in a scarf. I live in a glance. I live in a gesture. I live in a Kleenex. I live in a ring. I live in a song. I live in a dance. I live in the silence. I live in your writing. I am in soup and other food. I'm in your phone. I'm on Instagram.
What's Instagram?
You'll find out later. And keep it in the freezer. I live in an orange on your Seder plate. I live in your memory. I live in your dreams. I live in the sun. I live in the shade. I live in the moon. I live in the caves. I live in whatever lights you up.
Okay, but where do I find you again?
Keep digging.
ויפקח אלוהים את עיניו ותרא באר מים ותלך ותמלא את חמת מים ותשק את הנהר.
I open my eyes. I see the well. I know what to do. I quench my son's thirst. I quench my own. And we walk into the future.
Friends who've come up to celebrate new discoveries, new revelations, coming up, already celebrated. May the well of wellness well up for you, as it did for Yitzchak and for Ishmael, for Hagar and for Sarah, for all of us descendants of Amtalai, the mother of Abraham, humans on this grand scale. A blessing for this new day, for all new beginnings and journeys ahead. A kiss in the spot if you rose or if you're at home, and let's share this blessing together. Baruch atah Havaya Eloheinu ach haolam אשר בחתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה הוויה, נותן התורה. אמן. מזל טוב. Shana Tova. I invite you to step down from the mountain. Be congratulated. May we celebrate new things and new revelations. Rebecca, can I offer you some water? And Austin, you too, from the holy well, right here backstage. We're wrapping up this storytelling of the story of Hagar and Ishmael, of Amtalai and all of us. And we are quenching our thirst for ancestral wisdom. Thank you for inviting me into your family and us into your story, into the caves where mystery awaits. We wrap this storytelling with a healing prayer for all those who came up to the Torah, for all of us who are present, for all our ancestors, for all the wisdom we've inherited, and that we're going to pass on. And our version of the Mishaberach goes like this. Mishaberach Avotenu Avraham. Can we have the slide, please? Those of us who came up today because, like Hagar, we know what it's like to be a stranger, to be othered, to not be welcomed in our own home. May we not treat anyone like a stranger. May we always feel welcome, loved, and at home. And those of us who came up to celebrate all things new, like Hagar, may our eyes open to the love that's always here, to the wells of ancestral wisdom waiting like Amtalai to be called. We need to call on her, on us, on each other more often. On this new day of this new year, may the refuah shlema, complete healing to our past, present, and future be our ancestral legacy. Refuat haguf, healing to the body that we all need, the body of our earth. Refuat hanefesh, healing to the soul and mind and messaging we've inherited. Think of all the ways you want to be part of the healing. Less part of the problem, more part of the solution. You ready? Let's take another deep breath. This holy water from the well is now full of our blessings and our healing wishes. This is the well Hagar saw and that Ishmael drank. We're going to leave it right here for the rest of this morning. Soon we're going to blow the shofar and hear the howling of the mothers and the ancestors. I'm inviting you to put your howling and your healings and your blessings and your prayers and your wishes into this water. Just send it there. Waters feel. That is where she lives. And later today, we're going to go to the river and we're going to return this water to the source. So put your intentions in here. And let us say, Amen. Jeremy Sakalik, help us raise the Torah. Where's Franny Silverman and Sonny? I think you're coming up with all the kids to help us roll the Torah. Let's go. Kingston's in the house. Please rise if you are able to. Hey, nine, 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 nine. Jeremy, sit right here. Kids, come help. Thank you so much to Rebecca, to Austin, to Naomi, to Stuart, who's here somewhere, who helped put this together. Thank you for the teaching of the great mothers and the ancestors. Now, if you made your lunch reservation for 1 o'clock, call them and tell them you're late. It's the Havaya way, the Lapshul way. We really try and be on time. But if you noticed on our publicity, we said we're going to end ish. We're in the ish zone, y'all. So if you didn't need to go, we get it. But it is Shabbat. In some congregations, when Rosh Hashanah is on a Saturday, the shofar is not sounded for a bunch of legalistic reasons I'm not going to get into. We don't roll that way. We know you are here now, probably not going to be here tomorrow. We're going to blow the shofar. Rabbi David Klein, our shofar blower, together with Naomi, Shira, and myself, conducted a rabbinic council, and we decided We're going to do it. So we're going to do it. And we're going to do it because the shofar is not just wanna have. It is a must-have. It is the voice of the ancestors. It is the hollow sound of life. It is an invitation to open up our hearts to what is broken and what is whole. So we invite ourselves from this Torah telling into this well of water here is now a reservoir of our prayers for ourselves, for each other, for this planet, for a better world. Beyond words, before words, instead of words, along with words, the howling of the horn made from an animal is our primal call, an interspecies, intergalactic connection, an alarm clock, a wake-up call, the call of our hearts. Rabbi Klein, thank you for being with us again. And Naomi, let's bless this blessing of the shofar.
Baruch atah havaya Eloheinu ruach haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar.
Amen. Tekiah. שברים תרועה. תקיעה. תקיעה. שברים תרועה. Tekiah, Tekiah, שברים תרועה. Tekiah. Tekiah. שברים. Tekiah. Tekiah. שברים. Tekiah. Tekiah. שברים. Tekiah. Tekiah. תרועה. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah gedolah. Amen. 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 Shabbos. Come with me to the ark. So we open the ark. So, family, as the ark is open again with a beloved grandfather and father and husband and teacher and shofar blower, this is family and this is our ancestral healing. And we're praying for Avinu Malkeinu, our ancestral wisdom, to help us on this day and this year connect to what will help us make each day what it's supposed to be and better.
In the arms of the mother, the great, great mother. In the arms of the mother, Avinu Malkeinu.
Aleinu, it's on us. But you know, I think it's time to rebrand Aleinu.
Wow.
So please say after me. Aleinu, it's on me. Aleinu, it's on me. My name is Ivan Helfand. I'm a Lab Shul partner and a volunteer with our Refugee Task Force. I first want to say that this presentation is 100% human generated with absolutely no help from ChatGTP. Flashback to July 2019, when Amichai led a small group of us, including Janie Graver, Carol Gross, Nathaniel Obler, and others, to the Greek island of Lesbos. We spent a few days volunteering at a school there for refugee children, located just a few minutes from Moura, Europe's largest and most horrific refugee camp. Connecting with these children was a profound experience. Lab Shul helped inspire my commitment to support immigrants and refugees at home. Aleinu, it's on me. So that fall, I began volunteering at the Riverside Language Program, a school where new immigrants learn English. Dozens from our community have volunteered there as conversation partners. We give students an opportunity to practice their new language skills. The work is very rewarding, sometimes challenging, and always very interesting. And guess what? The school needs more volunteers. If you want more information about becoming a conversation partner, or like Janie Graver, Janie, would you stand up?
Now that you can.
Yes.
Janie is a mentor to these eager students. Please contact Sam, myself, or Janie, and we'll connect you with Riverside. Fast forward to August 5th, 2002, when the very first bus of 30 migrants arrived from Texas at the Port Authority bus terminal. They were welcomed by volunteers from Team TLC NYC and greeted with smiles, food, water, and yes, directions to the nearest restroom. A couple of months later, I started volunteering at Port Authority. Over the past year, Team TLC NYC have met over 1,000 buses and welcomed tens of thousands of asylum seekers to our city. This past April, we opened a free store, the Little Shop of Kindness, where newly arrived immigrants, individuals, and families shop for clothing, hygiene products, and other necessities. Just during the last 3 weeks, over 2,000 migrants from 32 countries shopped at the store with dignity and respect. Please consider volunteering at the Little Shop of Kindness, or purchasing much needed items, or donating clothing, or making a financial contribution. Please contact Sam, Janie, or myself for more information. And when you get a chance, please Google the Little Shop of Kindness. We are the only one. What initially attracted me to Lab Shul, and still does, is its commitment to social justice, welcoming spirit, incredible diversity, and innovative programming. Lab Shul is the portal through which we explore ourselves. Lab Shul's robust programming was especially important during COVID, creating community, connections, and a lifeline for many. Whether your relationship with Lab Shul means attending High Holy Days services, or weekly Shabbat worship, or deepening your Jewish literacy, or engaging to enrich your soul and spirit, or pursuing social justice activism, or celebrating important life cycle moments, or all or some of the above, we are all invested in Lab Shul, and we all have a responsibility to support it. Lab Shul will always be there for us. We must always be there for Lab Shul. I know we're God optional and all sorts of other things optional, but one thing that's most definitely not optional is paying our bills. Specifically for this year, $1.7 million in bills. Here are a few. Rent, $65,000. Bookkeeping and accounting, $48,000. Withholding taxes, $54,000. Office supplies and printing, $12,000. And so on and so forth. It's on us to sustain and grow our community, to ensure we have a foundation for vital social justice initiatives, a learning platform for personal growth, spiritual leaders to turn to in moments of celebration and in our deepest sorrows, and a haven where every one of us feels they truly belong. There are many ways to support Lab Shul. One excellent way is to become a Lab Shul partner. Make a commitment to automatically invest every month, whether it's $5 or $500. Every dollar is important and appreciated, and every dollar is wisely spent. The return on your investment will be substantial. Someone once said that for many, better to put your New Year's resolutions down in writing or say them out loud to friends. This way they become more urgent and meaningful. In that spirit, as we celebrate the Jewish New Year, please say with me, Aleinu, it's on me.
It's on me.
Aleinu, it's on me. Thank you and Shana Tova.
Thank you, Ivan.
Shana Tova, Ivan. Thank you for being part of the Aleinu team in so many ways. Well, thank you, Ivan. The QR code will take you to information about Aleinu, including the little shop of kindness, including how to be part of other communal ways of participation. And thank you for all of you who are already volunteering, donating, co-creating. It's on us. And it's on us to almost wrap this up. We're going to say Kaddish together to honor the memory of all of our loved ones. Then we're going to hear from Sarah about what's coming up next. And then we're going to raise a glass to the new year. And I'm going to take this water down to the river together with Ben and our team to shed the year that was and usher in the new one. Ready? Almost. So Kaddish, I know we've had some losses in our community this year. We mentioned many names last night, and I invite you again today. If there's room in your heart for someone whose memory you are holding, who's passed this past year, relatives and friends, teachers and lovers, people you know and people you don't. I want to take these few moments to say Kaddish. I invite you to turn to each other and whisper who it is that you are remembering, if you would like to do so. And folks online to put the names in the chat. May all these memories become a blessing. If you are able to, and if it is your custom, I invite us to rise. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהא שלום רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה ולעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תשבחתה ונחמתה. דם אירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. Amen. Put those tears inside that jug. May all memories be blessing and may our hearts heal.
Shalom. במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבתנו.
You can be seated. Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova.
Shabbat Shalom, Shana Tova.
My name is Sarah Sokalik. I am one of LabShul's co-founders and our executive director. And it is my honor to close us out today. Exactly 1 week ago today, it feels like a lot longer to me, many of us witnessed tennis phenom Coco Gauff make history as the first American teenager to win the US Open since Serena Williams in 1999. It was a triumph for the ages. Anyone here remember the first thing that Coco did after hugging her parents and coaches? That's right, I heard it over there. She went back to her chair on the court, knelt down, and prayed. Later, when she was asked by Chris Evert, one of my personal heroes, what that moment of prayer was about, Coco answered, "I don't pray for results. I just ask for strength to give it my all. I'm just thankful for this moment." That resonated for me. Many of you have heard me speak about my own personal practice of gratitude and how psychological research has proven that practicing gratitude regularly has a direct impact on happiness. Practicing gratitude is something I do intentionally, and it's what I do when I'm not even sure what else to do. We're living at a time when so much is unknown and in question, to the point where sometimes we don't even know who or what is real, right, Ivan? Right? We don't even know. It often feels impossible to know where to put our trust. So I invite us all, especially when we don't know what else to do or where to turn, just find one thing to be grateful for. It can lower our cortisol levels, help regulate our breathing, and activate all those good-feeling neurotransmitters. So let's just practice now. Think of one thing right this very minute that you feel grateful for. And with that, let's move on to our communal gratitudes. We have deep appreciation for the music composers whose melodies have touched our souls over these high holidays. Some of you are right here with us, on stage, all over the country, online. We really treasure these gifts of music, rhythm, and emotion. I cannot say enough about the dedication and hard work of the production teams, all the hands and hearts behind the scenes, making everything happen with beautiful execution and precision. Many. Special thanks to our friends and partners here at TPAC for another beautiful High Holy Day season. We're really, really honored to be doing this work in your beautiful space. And thank you to our committed volunteers who generously dedicate their time and efforts to ensure that all this happens. It truly does not happen without volunteers. If you wore an orange badge today, can you just raise your hand? Can we just see all the volunteers in this room? It really does not happen without you. And if you're interested in volunteering in the future, you can talk to Stefan. He was over there. Where are you, Stefan? He's outside maneuvering volunteers. What can I tell you? Okay. And finally, a big thank you to our esteemed board of directors and teams and task forces that work all year round, really behind the scenes and in the quiet to make it all happen. I am truly honored and blessed to work with all of you all of the time, and it is hard work, and this is what this is for. So a deep appreciation to all the people. We are still looking for more people to fill in those blue spaces there. So if you're interested and think you have a skill or something to offer, please find me, and I'm happy to, or any of our board members. If you're a board member here, can you just raise your hand as well? There's our thanks to our board. Yep. All right, so let's talk about what's next.
So what's next? We have, right after this, immediately, we're going right over to the park. We're crossing over for Tashlich to shed the previous year. If you're joining us, you'll receive a little Tashlich bag on the way into the park. There'll be bread and other little snacks. If you brought your own picnic, that's great. If you didn't bring a picnic and you want to come and share, I'm sure everyone who brought their own picnic will be willing to share. Just come. If you didn't plan, who cares? Just come. Tomorrow is the march against fossil fuels. You heard from Carol yesterday. There's going to be a contingent from Lab Shul led by Carol, Sam. The whole ritual team will be there. There'll be an initial ritual ceremony kind of kicking off the march for Lab Shul. Talk to Sam at labshul.org, or talk to Sam if you'd like to participate. We're really praying with our feet tomorrow, and it's a very big statement that we're making as Lab Shul. Okay, on to Yom Kippur. We will be here that's Sunday evening, right? Sunday evening for Kol Nidre. After our ritual, we'll be having a program called 4D. Democracy, Divinity, Drugs, and Death Over Dinner without the dinner.
Or drugs.
Or drugs. Oh, well, maybe.
Sorry.
Drugs optional. I'm not sure. Well, anyway. I don't know what we can say and what we can't. Whatever. Some of it's legal. Whatever. It'll be a conversation with 4 experts in all of these arenas about a lot of the critical issues that are at stake today for our society. And Amichai, thank you for putting that together. I'm really looking forward to it. We'll start on Monday at 9 a.m. You'll see the same kind of thing that you saw here today. So we have children's program outside, and we have an entire day of programming, both inside this ritual space and outside in the tents. So check the schedules. It's online. It's on our regular website. It's on the QR code page. Lots of ways to find out what we're doing. And then we'll close with Ne'ilah and the blowing of the shofar. And for the first time in 4 years, we will have a communal breakfast at City Vineyard, which is just steps away, where you can enjoy an elevated menu of traditional breakfast cuisine, reimagined with contemporary flavors and select wine pairings. I'm not kidding. It's going to be delicious. Thank you so much to our founding board chair, Michael Dorff, and Sarah Connors for hosting us and always making sure we have beautiful ways to celebrate and indulge. And I think that's it for right now. I'm just so grateful to be here. Oh no, I had something at the end. Here it is. Hold on.
What is it?
It's a little thing. Renowned Professor Randy Posh said, "Showing gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful things humans can do for each other. And like Coco, I'm just thankful for this moment. In gratitude, we trust." Now I'm done.
In you we trust. For you we're grateful. Sarah Sakalik, everybody. Best partner ever. Just 2 more things before we raise this glass and go down to the river. First of all, these postcards outside, they have a QR code with all the protests happening this coming week and in the weeks ahead to defend Israeli democracy. I'm going to be there Tuesday. I'm going to be there Wednesday. We're going to be there Thursday. We're going to be there Friday. BB's coming to town, and we got to show the world, not in our name, no autocracy, and no that kind of Judaism. These cards include a blessing, and they include information. Folks, please show up. American Jewry needs to show up. This is a global moment. Please. Number 1. Number 2, how many of you were here this morning at 9 a.m. as we got started with gratitude? Awesome. I invite you all to be here on Yom Kippur at 9 a.m. Don't you hate being late for therapy? Don't you hate being 30 minutes late for the movies? I'm not talking about trailers. We're starting at 9. We're looking forward to seeing you at 9. And if you come after, please come in quietly. We're in sacred space. Done. Third, flowers. See all these? Aren't they amazing? Don't you want them at home? Volunteers. You get first choice. These will be all put outside. As soon as we're done, take all the flowers home, y'all. They got good vibes. And they want you, because otherwise they're going to end up in, the trash. That's my announcements. We're good?
We're good.
All right. I want to raise this glass of wine and bite into this challah and dip some apple in honey. Don't you? For all of us, it's going to be outside, but representing our community. Sandy and Eric and Rima, the Rocky Dubowski family, celebrated a wedding, moved into a new home. Rima finished Generate. Come on up. And I don't know if Brooke, oh, there they are. The Gordon Berman family celebrating a bar mitzvah in just a little bit. Hey guys, Shana Tova band. Hey, my loved friend Brooke. Plus Sandy and Brooke and I are from the Reboot Mafia. So, hey Rima, Shana Tova. So friends, come here close. Ben, I'm going to give you the honor of holding the grape juice, which you can drink. And Eric and Sandy, come here, and with Rima, come up here in front. Did you practice who's doing what? No. Okay, that's on us. Ah, there's the bread. So let's bless these blessings together. Ben, hold it up. We're going to say it together with you. Baruch atah havaya Eloheinu ruach haolam borei pri hagafen. Amen. You can take a sip. I think it's grape juice. If not, you'll find out. It's wine. Well, you're about to be bar mitzvah. Give it a try. Okay. Okay. Good pretending. Sandy and Rima, why don't you hold this? Then Eric, I'm giving you the fruit. Because, you know. So, I'm inviting you to rise if you want. Come together. Challahs are braided. Let's get braided. If you feel comfortable holding on to whoever's standing next to you, that's great. Folks online, we hope you have your own holy carb. And let's do this together. Baruch atah havaya Eloheinu ruach haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We are grateful for every hand that works to feed us. And finally, these fruits with a little bit of honey, very sticky. Eric, this one's for you. For all the ways you are sweet in the world. Hold it up and take a bite. And let's say this together. Baruch atah havaya Eloheinu ruach haolam borei pri ha'etz shana tova u'metuka. Let there be sweetness. And our last prayer is a priestly prayer. Hold on to each other tight.
Come close, everyone. Come close. I want to hear your voices all throughout this space. Shana Tova, it's been so incredible to sing together and weave together. So come close. Sarah, you can do the English.
From above and below, from within and beyond, be blessed, be protected. May you grow and glow in the grace of eternal radiance, lit up with love.
Oh, the English went away. Be blessed with peace. Be blessed with love. Shalom, 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 shalom,
As we entered in peace, let's exit in peace and say Shana Tova to each other. And people you don't know outside, this water is going to go with us down to the river to shed. So, see you outside and at the river. Shana Tova!
Tova.